Needham. I'm Norma Herwire's daughter. And you guys have to know what a blessing you have in your piano players, in your orchestra. We're down to one piano player in my church, and it's devastating because if she's gone, there's no piano player, you know. And then to have such talent sitting here, you're truly blessed. I hope you all appreciate that. The song I'd like to sing this morning is a really old one. And I didn't know, I should have known pastor's sermon and stuff, and I didn't, but the songs that Lance has already picked out, we talk about walking with God and trusting God. And we talk about the story of crucifixion and what it's all about. But there's one key word that goes along with that crucifixion. One key word. He was willing to do it. God didn't force him to come down. God didn't force him to go to that cross. He willingly did it. And I think that's the word for the whole thing. Even though the song is very old, the message is still very good. From his celestial abode Jesus came, willing to die for man. Taking the cross with its suffering and shame, he laid redemption's plan. Willing to take the cross was he, willing to suffer misery, willing to go to Calvary, laying his glory aside, willing to hang there on the tree, willing to bear the agony, willing to die for you and me, Jesus the crucified. Oh, the deep shame Jesus suffered that day, bearing the sinful stain, willing to suffer a ransom to pay, willing to bear the pain. How could the Savior, so spotless and pure, leave that bright home on high, willing the way of the cross to endure, willing to bleed and die, willing to take the cross was he, willing to suffer misery, willing to go to Calvary, laying his glory aside, willing to hang there on the tree, willing to bear the agony, willing to die for you and me, Jesus the crucified. Come to the Savior with all of your guilt, come with thy load of sin. It was for you that his lifeblood was spilt. Jesus will take you in. Willing to take the cross was he, willing to suffer misery, willing to go to Calvary, laying his glory aside, willing to hang there on the tree, willing to bear the agony, willing to die for you and me, Jesus the